about divisibility by 8. So what is that rule that tells us whether a number is divisible by 8 or not? A number is divisible by 8 if the number formed by the last 3 digits is divisible by 8. Now, do you feel that this rule is little similar to the divisibility rule by 4? Now, in divisibility by 4, we used to check for the last 2 digits, and in divisibility by 8, we check for the last 3 digits. But otherwise, the concept is the same. Let us take an example. Let's say that you have a number 8921 and you have to decide whether this number is divisible by 8 or not. So what you need to do, you need to find out by actual division whether the last 3 digits, that is 921, is divisible by 8 or not. So what you do, you divide 921 by 8. So you get it as something like this. So basically this shows that you have a remainder here, and therefore 921 is not divisible by 8. Therefore this number is also not divisible by 8. Now here you might have a question in your mind that okay, in this case, let's say if we have a 3-digit number. So in that case, what will I do if I have to find out if that number is divisible by 8 or not? Well, this divisibility rule of 8 applies mostly for bigger numbers, because if it is a 3-digit number, you anyways need to find it out by actual division. So this rule applies, or this rule is helpful for 4-digit number or bigger numbers. Now let us look at a bigger number like this. Let's say you have 14562. So this is 14,562. So here, instead of dividing this 5-digit number, all you need to do is just divide this part. So basically you divide 562 by 8, and what do you get? So here also you see that there is a remainder left, which shows that this is not divisible by 8. So in this way, we find out divisibility by 8. Now, like all other cases, let us see how this divisibility rule works. Why are we interested in the last 3 digits only? So let us take the same example of this number 14562, 14,562. The moment we expand this number, we get 1 into 10,000 plus 4 into 1,000 plus 5 into 100 plus 6 into 10 plus 2 into 1. So this is the expansion of the number. Now, what is the trick that we will be using here? So in this case, we have to handle these numbers 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. Now, do you think that 10 is divisible by 8? No. Do you think 100 is divisible by 8? No. Do you think 1,000 is divisible by 8? If you want, you can quickly do the actual division and find out. So what do you see? 1,000 is exactly divisible by 8. So now this 1,000 is divisible by 8. That means any multiple of 1,000 will be divisible by 8, right? So 1,000 is divisible by 8. Now, if 1,000 is divisible by 8, then any multiple of 1,000, that means you multiply anything with 1,000, but that will also be divisible by 8. So you see here also we are applying the same concept as we did for divisibility by 4. But in that case, 100 was divisible by 4. So it happened at an earlier stage. In this case, 1,000 is divisible by 8. So therefore, what we can say, when we look at these numbers, we can say that this part will be divisible by 8. This part will also be divisible by 8. So what are we left with? So we are basically left with this part. And what is this part? This part refers to the last 3 digits. So 5 into 100 is 500 plus 6 into 10, that is 60, plus 2 into 1, that is 2. So 562. So 562 is basically the last 3 digits. So these 3 digits are the ones for which we need to check by actual division if they are divisible by 8 or not. So this is how the divisibility rule for 8 works. So let us quickly see if these numbers are divisible by 8 or not. So the first number is 2456. So let us focus on the last 3 digits, that is 456. So when you actually divide 456 by 8, so what do you get? It is 8 5s are 40. So this is 56. So this is 8 7s are 56. So here it is divisible by 8, and therefore this number as a whole is also divisible by 8. Let us look at the next number. It is 10512760. So again we will just focus on the last 3 digits, that is 760. Now if you actually divide 760 by 8, what do you get? 8 9s are 72. So this is 40. 8 5s are 40. And this is also 760 is also divisible by 8. Therefore this entire number is also divisible by 8. A number is divisible by 9 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9. So here the concept is little similar to that of divisibility by 3. So there also we focused on the sum of the digits. So let us look at some examples. So let's say you have a number 9683 and you have to decide if it is divisible by 9 or not. So what do? You add the digits up and the sum comes out to be, say, 26. Now 26, do you think it is divisible by 9? Quickly write down the multiples of 9 in order to know if it is divisible or not. So what do you see? 26 is not divisible by 9. Now in case you are not very sure, you break it down again find out the sum of the digits. So that comes out to be 8, which is not divisible by 9. Therefore this number as a whole is not divisible by 9. Let us look, if you want by actual division also you can prove this, that this is not divisible by 9. For example, this is 9 1s are 9, here I have 6, put it 0. So 9 7 is a 63. This is 5. Here it is 53. 9 5s are 45. So you are left with 8. So 8 is left as a remainder, which shows that 9683 is not divisible by 9. Let us look at another example like 1881, 1881. Do you think this will be divisible by 9? Let's quickly look at the sum of the digits. And the sum of the digits is 18, and 18 is divisible by 9. So this proves that this number 1881 is also divisible by 9. So you can prove this also by actual division. So if you perform actual division, you will see that the remainder is 0, proving that 1881 is divisible by 9. So again, how the divisibility rule for 9 works. So if we will prove it in a similar way as we did for the divisibility test for 3. So let's consider this number 1881. So we will expand the number like this: 1 into 1000 plus 8 into 100 plus 8 into 10 plus 1 into 1. So this is how we will expand the numbers. So we can write 1000 as 999 plus 1. Similarly, we can write 100 as 99 plus 1. We can also write 10 as 9 plus 1. And finally, 1 into 1. So now here, when we write it like this, very clearly we can say that 9 is divisible by 9, 99 is also divisible by 9, and 999 is also divisible by 9. So now here, as per distributive property, we are breaking down the terms, that is A into B plus C can be written as A into B plus B into C. So what we are doing is A into B plus C can be written as A into B plus A into C. That is what we are doing here. So this is what we get. Now here we can very clearly say that all these terms are divisible by 9, whichever has 99 or 9 or 999. So all these terms are divisible. So what are we left with? So we are left with 1 into 1 plus 8 into 1 plus 8 into 1 plus 1 into 1, which is basically 1 plus 8 plus 8 plus 1. That is nothing but sum of the digits. So that means we are only unsure about the sum of the digits. So if sum of the digits is divisible by 9, the remaining part is anyways divisible by 9, because remaining portion has multiples of 9, like 999, 999, 9999 and so on. So therefore we check for the sum of the digits. Move on to the divisibility by 10. A number is divisible by 10 if the number has 0 in its ones place. Now this is very simple. Now whenever you have to find whether a number is divisible by 10 or not, the only thing that you need to bother about is the digit at its units place or ones place. Now if there is a 0, that is if the last digit is 0, then it is divisible by 10, otherwise it is not. So let us look at some examples. 15900. Do you think this is divisible by 10? Of course, because there is a 0 at its units place. So this is divisible by 10. Let's take other example like 9601. Now at the units place we have 1. So this is not divisible by 10. So there has to be a 0 at the last place. You talk about an example like this. 1980000. Again there is a 0 at the units place. So this is also divisible by 10. Now if you want by actual division, you can see that, whatever I have told, they hold true. Now again the same question, how does it work? Why is it that if there is a 0 at the units place, that number will be divisible by 10? Now in order to understand this, let us quickly look at the multiples of 10. Now if you start writing the multiples of 10, it would be something like this. 10 ones are 10, 10 twos are 20, 10 threes are 30, 10 fours are 40 and so on. Now as you keep writing the multiples, everywhere you would see that there is a 0 at its units place. Doesn't matter how big the number is. It might be a 10-digit number, but at the last place there will always be a 0. So basically when we look at this divisibility rule, when we say that there is a 0 at the units place, that means there is a 0 at the last place, that means that number is going to be a multiple of 10, which simply means that the number is divisible by 10.